So you might already know that you need to have a Google account or Gmail in order to create the Google form. So now I would like to open the Google Drive. So here I would like to type drive.google.com. Google Form is one of the several features of Google. So my Drive page is opened. So here you can see the drop down menu. Click here and you will find the Google Forms here. So choose the one from the template and open the Google Form template. So here you can find several templates. So let's choose event registration to create an online registration form. Give the title to your event. Let's take one imaginary name. Self-education program. And here you fill the details like event date, time, where are you going to have the event. If it's virtual, it might be Zoom. You can add phone number, email, etc. So this red asterisk is for required information. The participants cannot submit the form unless and until they have submitted the information that's marked with red asterisk sign. So the questions that you don't need, you can simply delete it by clicking on the box here and by clicking the trash button. So any question you need, you can either add it here or just delete it if you don't need. Click here, delete. And there are several options to the answers as well, like multiple choice, check boxes, etc. So now we will leave check boxes. So here you can also ask how many days a week would you like to attend our imaginary program called self-education program. And you can have the option down below. Click here. Once a week. You can add as many options as you like. Twice a week. Every day. And you can add the option other. So in order to add more options, we just add it, click it, and the option will be added. So we don't need it now, so let's close it. So this question, I would like to leave it to the participants if they want to provide this information or not. That's why I would like to turn off the required button. Now they can just fill up these two questions and submit the form. It's up to them if they want to fill this question or not. So here are some options to add the questions, to add import questions, to add the title and description. So if you click here, a new box or section is added. So let's delete it as we don't need it now. Likewise, you can also add image, you can even add the video. So let's add the video that describes your event. So here we will just add the sample video. So let's search for one video. Either you can search the video from YouTube or from URL. URL is best if you are particular about which video are you going to insert. So now let's search one of the singers' video. So I found the John Lennon's video over here. So let's select it and click select. The video will be inserted. Here you can also describe the video. What is it about? Or if the video describes more about your event, then just write the title. It's best to write the original title of the video. So now we are almost done. So if you want to change this image, you can also change this image by going to this palette button. Here it says customize theme. So let's click here. So if you close this, here it will give you the option to choose the image. So let's choose one image from here. So you can choose the image related to the theme of your event. And there are several images under different themes. So let's choose this one and click insert. You can also customize the theme color, even the background color, and the font style too. So if you close this, it will be auto-saved. So now our form is almost ready. So in order to preview it, go to this eye icon and click here. So this is how the form looks to the participants. And here, after having filled these informations, the participants have to click submit and the information will be submitted. And I'll show you how to check the informations submitted by the participants. So if the participants click this video, it will be played. This is a cool feature. This is a cool feature of Google Form. So if you want to still edit it from here, go to this bottom right icon, pencil icon, click this and you can edit it again. The pen icon or pencil icon takes you back to the editing mode. So let's delete this video due to copyright issue. So now I would like to add some further informations. So let's go to the settings button. So here, if this box is checked, it means that the participants can edit their information even after they have submitted the form. So go to the presentation. Here you can customize the confirmation message. For example, we have received your registration. You will be contacted soon via email. Thank you. So you can customize the message that participants are going to see after they have submitted the form. Click Save. We don't need a quiz now, so we are not touching it. So after having done all this, now we are going to see the responses of participants after they have submitted the form. After all, the purpose is to get the information from the participants to invite them for certain events, right? So in order to check the responses, we need to click here. But let me tell you how do you send the link to the participants? How do you send this form to the participants? So normally you can either copy this link, or if you click send button here, click send, and this small file icon, click here and click shorten URL, as we don't want to send the long messy looking URL because of the aesthetic reasons. So I shortened the URL, I copied, and I will email this URL to the participants, or I will use some other sources to send this link to the participants. So that's all about how to send this form link to the participants. So let's check by opening this form. So I pasted that form, this shortened form, I clicked it. So the form opens now. You can even put the video as I showed before, but now the video is not showing because I deleted it. So let's check the responses. There are no responses so far because nobody has filled the form yet, but I have the sample over here to show you how the responses look like. So here you can see, just on the right side of the question, you can see the responses. So 7 people have filled the form so far. So let's click it. So here you can see the data of people who have filled or submitted the form, right? So now, in order to copy their email, we go to this Swedish flag-like looking icon. So and it says create a spreadsheet. Let me magnify it a bit. So if we click this icon, this is the icon for the spreadsheet, it will open the spreadsheet for us. So it says create a new spreadsheet. You can even name it, or you can leave it as it is. So let's create it. So a new spreadsheet is opened here. You don't need to open the one, it will open it for you by default. So we need email of the participants to send them the invitation for the virtual event, right? So let's click on the top of this column. All the cells with the email will be copied. Click on the drop down menu here and click copy. Now you can copy this email and directly send it to the participants. So as you can see here, you can just directly copy all the emails and send it to the participants. So Command V. So one email is not quite right, so it's showing you that red mark. So you can just delete it, or you can contact the participant to have the right email. So that's how you copy it from the spreadsheet and send email to the participants for the virtual event. You can even name the file. So a lot of things can be done using the spreadsheet, but for now, we only need the email, so we copied the email. So here, let's go back to the Google Drive again. So here you already see event responses 10th June 2021, right? But we can organize this in the folder, the responses of this form. So let's create a folder. Click this folder icon on the top left. Create new folder and give it a name. Let's say teachers training. And then you can click move here. This form and all the responses will be moved here, and we'll check that shortly. So let's go back to my drive again. Here you will see the form teachers training. Let's open it, and here you will see the event registration Google form and its responses. So we have more or less learned the basic of the Google Forms. Now let's see how to close the registration. So make sure that you put the deadline for registration so that people don't end up registering 10 minutes before the event. Otherwise, you won't be able to send them the information regarding the event. So in order to prevent this, you need to have a deadline for event registration. So after the deadline for the registration is over, just click on the responses, or let's do with another form. So click on the responses, and here turn off this slider, turn off accepting the responses, and you can also write the message over here. The form is no longer accepting the responses, or you can just write the deadline is over. See you on next event. Thank you for your understanding. So you can customize the message that the participants are going to see if they are attempting to fill up the form after the deadline is over. So that's all about the Google form, how to create it. So we learned about how to create the form, how to insert the information, questions, how to insert the video from here. Like we also learned how to customize this form. We learned how to preview the form, how it looks to the participants. Likewise, to send the link, you click the send button over here and this file icon. Likewise, you can also share it with your team members You can give access to the team members. You can also do it from here, from the three dots on the right side. If you click here on more, you can click add collaborator to share the form with other team members. Or if you want to give access to someone, you can do it from here. So now change the link access. Now it's restricted to people with the link. So if you change it, you can make anyone with the link. If you feel like anyone can edit this form, or anyone who has link can edit this form, or you can even choose restricted and add the people over here and share it with them. Then they are also able to edit the form. So I hope it's useful to you. Yes, if you wanna make a new form with the same information, almost same information for the new event, then you don't need to type the question. You can just click make a copy, and you can give a new name. And you can even have a new folder over here. Click here. So a new folder is created, and this new form is going to be saved on new folder, and a new data, and there will be a new data. It won't be merged with the previous one. So here you can see, refresh the page. So here under the teachers training, you saw the folder Lalitpur. So this was just a small example of how you can copy the form to make a new form. You don't need to select a new template and add all the question. You can just copy it and make a completely new form. Your data will be stored separately in separate Excel sheet. Just make sure that you make a new folder. So that's all about the Google form. If you are able to do this much, then your work is almost done. So thank you very much for watching.